Here, fish. Good one, too. Big one. One of the most important things when it comes to picking a bait, you know, you look at baits on a wall at a tackle store, and it's real easy to get distracted by the glitz and the glamour and, wow, this is bright and shiny, and that's this, and that's this, and that's that. But really, you want to look at a bait as a tool, and you want to look at the features that tool has. And water displacement is one of the first things you should look at any bait you're throwing. Think of a crankbait. I mean, it's got a ton of water displacement. And even a short, stubby little bait like the cash out can drive fish crazy with those little ribs. Ribbed for the bass's pleasure. Here, fish. Good one, too. Big one. Smoke that bait. Wow. Spot lock us. Oh. Or I mean talon down. That's the spoilt world I live in nowadays. Oh. Come up here. Whew. Get that dude right there. You get him hooked right in the yapper like that, right in the top. No stress at all. That's the best spot you can hook a small jaw. And the bigger they get, the harder it is to hook them there. That's the thing to really remember about small jaw. I mean, this dude ain't that big, but they get big, and they get big by getting old. And the bigger a smallmouth is, the harder its mouth is gonna be. And that just really makes it even that much more important to use a super sharp hook. If you remember, when you look at largemouth versus smallmouth, you look at a largemouth, I mean, you're using super thick line, you're using a stiff rod, you're using a thick shanked hook. When it goes to smallmouth, you want to use a finer hook, just because you don't have that same hammer to hammer it in. You're using a lighter line. But those big smallies are harder to hook, and that's why it's even more important to have a cutting edge to your hook. Something that you know is going to, you know, it's a very little hook set. I mean, I'm not rearing back, you know, you're not doing those crazy jump off the deck hook sets. It's just a little lift. And what you gotta remember, the bigger the smallmouth, the harder they're gonna be to hook, just because their mouth is that much harder.